Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve, this is Everyday Artist, and welcome. This is Rogue, who's very excited for some reason. Yes. So it is now November, and I have had one heck of a week, let me tell you. So, I think I mentioned last week that I was trying to get a test scheduled. I was able to get 3 of them, but not the last one, and that one was the one I really needed, because apparently there was only one person in all of Simon Med that could schedule this appointment. So I was going to go check in for the other ones. I think it was Friday, maybe late Thursday. No, it was late Friday. And the little app thing that I was sent to had a little chat with us button. So I clicked on that. And I was trying to see if I could get that appointment scheduled. And she tried the same thing. Oh, well, you need to, go to extension such and such and contact this person. And I'm like, I already did that. I left a message. Nobody's called. Yeah. So she said, oh, well, I'm so sorry for your trouble. I said, well, that's okay. I guess I'll just contact my insurance company and see if there's somebody else I can get the imaging done with. And about 10 seconds later, I got a thing. How about Tuesday at 4 o'clock? I'm like, I wasn't saying any bad words. I wasn't upset. I was upset, but I wasn't like communicating that on chat. And I was just like, okay, because I'm not going to fight with them if they're not going to schedule it. I'm going to go somewhere where I can have it scheduled. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit. I don't know if that's any better. Okay, I have stripes because it is the time of year when the sun comes directly into this window at this time of day. And I was doing stuff, so, oh my goodness, I'm a mess. I was doing stuff, so I wasn't filming. Man, that word just wouldn't come. So I have the shutter closed. I could close it tighter, but I don't know. And I can't really shut this one over here. Those are always shut, but I can't really shut this one over here because there's stuff blocking the way for me to. They have to come out, and they're messy. So I apologize for the stripes, but and I've tried before, past years, to like turn on a light behind me or whatever to see if that works. And the only thing would work is if I got a freestanding light and aimed it directly at me, and I can't do that. And of course I could film in a different part of this room, but there's a number of reasons why I don't. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. So, I do have an almost FFO. I'm not positive I'm finished with it. But there was a long story leading to that FFO. So, you remember the frame that I bought, hoop, that I was going to put the little sheep in. But I didn't want it brown. And since it was plastic, my goodness, this is horrible. I guess I could get a chair and go over there. I don't know. since it was plastic, I thought painting it wouldn't work. It would probably come off. And I thought about gluing ribbon to it, but it would just be on the outside, or, I just didn't like any of those options. I tried several different things. So I finally thought, well, I could make a casing for it and string the casing around it, and, that's what I thought. And I said, but what fabric? Because I didn't want to cut a hunk of fabric off of something that I intended to use for something else, so I was looking for a scrap. And I wanted a kind of a Christmassy scrap. Now, I didn't end up using a Christmassy scrap, but that's another thing. So, as I'm looking, I come across this that I'd already cut out for a bag. Just needed interfacing and, And I came across, I've since cut that out. And this, which has Christmas trees, which the interfacing's ironed on. I've even sewn together the handles. I'm like, why? They're just there. And I came across, I've since finished it, but this one that already had the zipper. I was like, why would I stop that? It's just basically this seam, right? And then I found out why. I had sewn the zipper in upside down. And so I knew I would, and I didn't find out on the first side. No, it wasn't until I did both of them. So I guess I had put all of these things in timeout and completely forgot about them. So it is finished. Candy canes on the inside. I need giant peppermint to go with the peppermints for the and it has a matching notions pouch with another peppermint. All of this stuff was cut out. Actually, this I think was done. I didn't have the peppermint, but I mean, I think this was done. And I'm like, what is the matter with me? So I finished this. This week I'm going to finish those other two. And then I'm still looking, right, for I wanted a strip of fabric that I didn't have to cut out of something that I was going to use for something else. And I came across this bag that I had made last summer, 2 summers ago. And the only thing it needed was the side seams. The zipper was in, everything. But when I was going to finish this off, I had put these here. So the zipper doesn't go all the way to the ends. It's inset. And so I had put these zipper stops in here to finish the ends. And the only reason I think I would have stopped is because these didn't go all the way to the edge of the bag. I think I measured wrong. And they were already sewn in. And I could have taken them off and put new ones on when I found it. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I don't know why. I didn't just make a thinner bag. So this one, it's all quilted. It's quilted along the little, this is a half hexy, they called it serpentine to me. I don't know, I call it a braid. And it's made with the a layer cake that had all these camping icons and these beautiful florals. And I paired it with this fabric, which is the fabric I ended up choosing. And it has that white fabric inside. And of course, on the bottom. It's 15 by 15. 15 by 15? I don't know. It's as long as my art ruler, which I believe is 15 by 15. Anyway, and it has a big camper as the and it has a notions pouch. This was leftover that I had, and I wanted the things to go down, so yeah, the vehicles are upside down, but I'm sorry. But it has a little camper. I don't remember why I wanted it to go down. Anyway, that is upside down. I'm sorry. But when you look at it at first, you don't see that. So anyway, the peppermint bag and this bag are already on the Etsy shop. And somehow, in all the topsy-turvy looking through these fabrics, I found a whole bunch of paired fabrics that I was like, why are these sitting here? Why have I not used them, sewn them, done whatever I need to do? So, and I have a whole bunch of quilting projects that I haven't finished. Like, what is the matter with me? And somehow, in doing all of that, you remember those charms I showed you last week? I spent over an hour yesterday trying to find them. I thought I had them with some other charms I wanted to make scissor fobs with. And they're not there. And I'm talking all of them. The aliens, the space giraffe. I don't know what that helmet is. Maybe he's a robot giraffe. Maybe he's a warrior giraffe. I don't know. The helmeted giraffe. And those little books. I thought I would sit and watch TV and make a whole bunch of scissor fobs. Normally I don't watch TV to make them, but I thought, somehow, somewhere between here and yesterday, they disappeared. And the only thing I can think is that when I was going through those fabrics, I somehow buried them and caught them in something, although that seems unlikely. Or I put them somewhere thinking, I'll remember where these are. So, as soon as I'm done here, I'm hunting again. But to walk around a whole lot with this boot on my foot without another shoe on my other foot, because I don't wear shoes in the house. But I have to be really careful about what I'm doing, because then it makes everything else hurt. So, I made a casing, and it went around here. And then, sorry, I've got stray threads from somewhere, but it's not from here. And I put one of those little snowflakes here. It's not finished yet. Part of me wants to put, I don't know, something, but I think sometimes less is more. I don't know. But I still need at least a hanger or something to make it stand up. Let me see if I can get it out of the striping. And then when I got it finished, I noticed that this was no longer centered. And there was a pucker up here. But I decided to leave it the way it was because... And I went ahead and put the bow and the snowflake on. Because when I put this casing on, I made it bigger so that it could get around the a kink here, right? So it was bigger than the thing, and I did a stitch all the way around and tightened it up. But this was already tight underneath, and it was centered when I started. So somehow in doing all of that, it made this off center and puckered it up here. And I stitched the felt to the back. So could I take it all apart and fix it? Yes. Should I? I don't think so, for two reasons. Yes, this annoys me, but one of my art teachers when I was in art school, he said at one point you need to step away and stop working on it. He said it is probably fine the way it is. He said, but a lot of times what is going on is you're not making it better, you're making it different. And if you step away from something and come back, you may find that it's fine the way it is. So we have a while until Christmas, and I will consider if this bothers me. This bothers me, but this bothers me more. So somehow in making sure that this was tied in here, and I centered it. I know I centered it. But somehow in getting it in here and tightening this, somehow everything got off kilter. So I'm going to live with it for a while. I'm not going to do anything else to it. It would take a little bit for me to get this ribbon off. I might have to use a new piece of ribbon afterward. But I might be able, it's not glued in, it's stitched in. So I could snip the stitching, maybe. And I made the bow by sewing the thread all the way around it and tightening it, rather than trying to make a bow, because I wanted to be able to have it flat in the center so that I could do that. So let me know what you think. Should I take it apart and fix this? And it's kind of like pooching up here, and that also bothers me. I don't know. It may bother me enough to fix it. Now, this little pooching up here, I noticed that before I put this on. I didn't notice it before I did this. But this being off center down here, I noticed after I was done with everything. So this is the one that really bothers me, because this, I could put more snowflakes or something and kind of hide that. But you can't, I don't know what I would do to hide that. Okay, this shadowing is just driving me bananas. I'm sorry. I know it's hard for you to see me, and it's hard for you to see this. Okay, so now the other two ornaments that I've been working on out of this magazine. The first one is Noel, and it is sorry, I don't remember who does it, so I have to look it up. And I don't have the pattern. I made a working copy of the pattern, and I left that in the other room. So Dawn Friske of the Mindful Needle, Friske, I don't know, of the Mindful Needle, and the pattern is called Holly Noel. And I thought I was going to finish this week, but I found bags, and I found, my week kept getting derailed. Anyway, this is where I am. I stop when I run out of thread, and and go back and start putting in the shiny. And I ran out of shiny right here. So I'm going to finish this, maybe this, and then go back and do the shiny on it. And then when I get tired of doing that, I do these. So hopefully this will be done in a day or two. I'm going to be spending a lot of time looking for those charms. Tomorrow is a full day, but not in the evening, so maybe I can finish it then. Okay, so the other one is 2023 Snowman. I keep showing you the back. 2023 Snowman. This is where I am. So this is by Annet Kobylianska, I don't know, of Swedenet. And this one I stopped working on and work on the holly whenever it gets tedious. So it's unlikely it'll get done before Christmas. No, I got a lot of work done on it this past week. I'm getting more used to working on this plastic stuff. And I have a whole nother sheet. Now, obviously, this is going to take I have this, and there's other designs in that book that call for this stuff. Honestly, I wish I had used perforated paper. I don't think there's a whole lot of difference, and certainly cutting out things like this inner part right here and this little inner part here would be a lot easier on perforated paper. And the 3 has a lot of space, but at least it's open up top, so it's a little bit easier to cut. But I'm plugging away. After I finish this stitching, there is a lot of back stitching with black, some of it 2 strand, some of it 1 strand, and then there's accenting with I think it's supposed to be silver krynic. The picture to me doesn't look like it's using a very, very noticeable one. And I think I'm just going to use the same thing that I'm using on Holly Noel. It's easier to work with, and I think it shows up. You can tell it's making the snowflakes showing up, So I keep plugging away at this. It's, I know I have a whole bunch of ornaments to make. So I'd like to get it done sooner rather than later. And the reason I went ahead and FFO'd the sheep is because I thought I should FFO those right away so that it's not, Christmas Eve and I'm trying to get a whole bunch of them done. Plus some have to go out of state. So, yeah. And then I didn't do a lot of work on this, but I did a little bit of work on Into All the Good Night by Stitching with the Housewives. And you may not remember where it was last week. So here it is. I'm going to fold it like this just to give it a little bit more. So on this, I only had the middle blue square. So I did the outside. Now I haven't put the shiny on it, but that's okay. And started working on that. If I was just working on snowflakes, I would blend it while I was doing it. When I'm like in here, I blend it while I'm doing it. But since this whole thing is all white and it's got snowflakes here and there, like there's going to be one right there, I'm I don't want to come back. If I'm going right by it, I don't want to come back and, I'm just going to go and put the shiny stuff on afterward. So, and I have a gold shiny stuff, and I'm considering putting that over this thing of Santa's, but I might not. But one thing I'm going to have to do is iron this before I work on it anymore, and just to make it easier for me to see what I'm doing. I might even have to use a hoop, which I don't normally, but I've been working on this for a while now, and the fabric is very soft, and it makes it hard to get a nice tight grip when I'm stitching, because I hold it like this and pull it tight, and I want to make sure the stitches are the same size. So I may have to get a hoop and put it in there. I have several hoops, other than the one I put on the snowman. On the sheep. But I want to work on it. I want to finish it, but I need to finish those ornaments. So, and then the Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts 2023 temperature sal. I was going to work on this Holly Noel and try to get it knocked out and finished. And then I remembered it's Friday. I have to finish this. So, and then yesterday, and yeah, I've been too tired. So I haven't stitched on. I stitched on it, but not a lot. Anyway, this is where we are. There. Let's see. I'm sorry about the dog. I don't know why she's barking. Lately, she's barking all the time for nothing. She barks at me when she thinks I should give her snacks. Like if I'm eating something and I don't offer her any, she barks like she has a right to it. I'm like, I'm not giving you any. I'm not. No. She knew I was talking about her. Okay, so we had one green day at the end of October, and we're getting into those lighter colors, those oranges and yellows, and it's so beautiful out. I don't remember where I was, and checking in somewhere, or went to do something. She goes, "Isn't it a beautiful day?" And I'm like, "Yes." Well, yes, it is. So that is all I've worked on, other than spending a lot of time looking for those charms I had last week. And I spent a lot of time looking for those charms. I think after the video last week, I left them on the table where I do my sewing. I don't know. I might have grabbed them and put them in the fabric accidentally. I have no idea. So I didn't put them where I normally put my charms, because I thought, I want to work on these right away. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're having a nice November. I hope your weather over there, wherever you are, is gorgeous like it is here. And I'll see you in a week. And hopefully I'll do it at a time of day where I don't have these horrible stripes on me. Thanks. Bye.